What's up, YouTube world? What's up, everybody in the world? This is just for you. My aim and intention for this little video is to help somebody realize that they can rebuild their life after addiction has shattered it, after drug and alcohol addiction has taken everything from you, after it has shattered your existence and your life into millions of fragments. This is for somebody whose life has just been blown beyond repair and shattered into a million pieces, and they don't know where to start. This is supposed to help somebody focus on a few certain things that I think are key in rebuilding. I'm trying to help somebody who's rebuilding their life, trying to help anybody out there who's just at the end of their ropes and who has tried everything. Also, this is for people that maybe can't afford traditional help, like rehab or something like that, or to go see a counselor or a doctor or anything like that. On some level, I think that we should all come together and help each other as humans, and we have a responsibility to help one another as people and fellow human beings and brothers and sisters on this earth. We're all connected and we're all in this together. Like for me personally, I grew up kind of messing with pills, smoking a lot of weed, and drinking a lot. I think my main thing was alcohol. And it was definitely to where I was drinking every night. I was waking up in the morning sick and didn't really give a shit about working. I didn't care about working. I guess, thought that whatever I worked for, I guess I thought whatever I worked for wasn't enough for anybody, and I would never be able to catch up or have anything anybody wanted. I lost hope. I lost hope and didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to begin. I drank and I was doing opiates so badly. I was drinking so much and so often that all of the sudden, it was just me. And I kind of just had to stop and look at the momentum behind me. I had to stop and just, because I wasn't working. I didn't give a shit about working. I didn't care about building anything. I didn't care about making money, or I didn't care about anything at all, honestly, and this is for people that have lost all hope in all direction. And I just want you to know that you can stop and turn around and look at your life. Examine the momentum behind you. Examine the energy that you've created in your life. And ask yourself what it is behind you. What is pushing you? What is motivating you? What drives you every day? What are you after? Are you running from something? Are you convinced that you are not good enough? Are you convinced that you are something someone else told you that you were? Are you taking someone's opinion and thinking it's who you are and making their opinion of you your reality? I'm trying to help you or anybody rebuild, basically. I think the biggest thing, though, is to turn off all the outside distractions. You have to really kind of just stop and think and look and examine your life. How did you get to where you are? How did you get to this place? How did you get to today? And honestly, you are competent and you are intelligent and you are smart enough If you're finally looking for ways to rebuild and take your life back from addiction and take your life back from depression, if you're finally looking for ways to address your unhappiness, and if you're finally trying to look for a better path, then you're good. You're on the right road, man. If you're starting to look for a way out, then I welcome you to this new transformative level of life and this new transformative path. And the way I've seen it is my depression and my addiction was this dark, dark place that I ended up, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. The walls were closing in. I didn't have any hope. I didn't have any purpose. I didn't have any drive, any confidence. I didn't have anything anybody wanted, you know? Nobody wants anything from me. Nobody wants anything to do with me. And everything was just kind of closing in. But I think if you visualize it and you fucking focus, and you focus on that little glimmer of light, that little speck of hope in the darkness, and you go towards that little light shining through. Focus on that little light shining through. Nothing else, man. Don't focus on anything else. Don't focus on any other distractions or any outside influences. Right now, you need to shrink your world and focus. Put everything else on the shelf for a minute. Focus on getting to that little glimmer of hope. All right, that's where we are. We're in this dark place and we see this glimmer of hope. Now what we're going to do is block everything else out, all right? We're not going to focus on anything else. Our dreams, our goals, put those aside for a minute. Making money, put that aside for a minute. Falling in love, getting laid, creating other humans, creating a family, getting a new vehicle, a car. Like, put all of that material stuff aside for a second and focus. This is about you and your mental health. Focus on that little glimmer of hope, okay? What we're going to do is try to go towards that light, that little fucking hope shining through in your dark, caving in life. The tunnel, you know, that you're in is just dark, and you're on this path that's very small, and you don't know where it leads to, but it doesn't look like it leads anywhere, man. It's just getting worse. But go towards that little glimmer of hope and rebuild. Build towards that light, man, and that little speck of hope and change. And you can do that by pushing aside all these other ambitions, goals, materialistic driven goals, materialistic driven ideas. This is about you and your soul, man, and finding yourself so you can have a better life, so you can get the things you want to have in life, so you can appreciate things and have joy in life every day. Just be grateful and just live fully and genuinely. And you know, we're just gonna put all this social status and stupid shit aside. All the stuff that stresses us out, our egos, put it aside. Put it all aside for a minute and focus. Because we're in this dark place, and we're gonna build and build, and we're gonna go one day at a time, and we're gonna change a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're gonna change this. We're gonna drop this habit, stop that habit, start this habit, start doing this, start doing that. And we're gonna get closer and closer to that little glimmer of hope. And that process is what you're gonna fall in. You need to focus on that process of depression, and gratitude is on the other side. Gratitude is on the other side of all of this. We're going to push through all of this, all right? We're going to climb through this dark place and emerge on the other side. We're going to squeeze through this little opening, okay? I want you to focus on getting to that little speck of hope. And we're going to break through to the other side, okay? We're going to work very hard. We're going to focus, but we're going to break through to that other side. And you're going to emerge out the other side a better, stronger person. You're going to be grateful. You're going to be just happy for the small things. You're going to have clarity. You're going to find joy in everything, all the small stuff. And you're going to look at your problems and just say, I'm so thankful I have these problems. I'm not dead. I'm not in jail. I'm not, in the hospital dying right now, hooked up to all these weird fucking machines keeping me alive. You have hope. You're alive right now. You can rebuild. You can find a better life and a better existence. But you have to get your way through this dark area that you're in. And you break through to that other side. And you can emerge and come out. And there's space to breathe. There's room to run. There's colorful just plants and just blue skies and lush forests and mountains and bugs and flowers and animals and insects. And there's just so much there's just so much beauty out there to focus on. But you have to get all this other weird stuff off your mind, and you have to clean your existence and your soul. You have to break out of this dark place that you're in. And you can break through to that other side and just breathe fresh air and be connected to all things living. And just be thankful for the small things, man. Like waking up early in the morning and going for a walk, and the stars are still out, and the moon is shining bright, and it's quiet, and it's just crisp and chilly, and there's a slight breeze, and you feel it, and you're grateful for feeling that, and you don't have a headache, and you're not throwing up first thing in the morning. You're not waking up every morning at 4 a.m. puking your guts out, throwing up all over the place, all over yourself, and calling into work early in the morning so you can sleep in and nurture your hangover and feel sorry for yourself and cry on the couch and watch fucking Netflix all day and just be hungover and throwing up and hungry and shaking. You can fucking stop and you can break through to that other side. But you have to start learning to love yourself, and you have to learn to care about yourself and care about the one life you've been given. Nobody's going to break through this. Nobody's going to get through this terrible hell that you're in but you. No doctor, no fucking pill, no amount of money can save you. I've had money, and I've had anxiety and depression, and I know it's a valuable lesson. You can't be happy. You can't find joy in anything if you're not mentally right, and if you're not focusing on the right things. If you're plagued by alcoholism and drug addiction, it's just going to ruin your life, and it's going to run your life, and it's going to take everything from you until you have nothing left except your craves, and that's all that's going to motivate you, is looking for that fix, looking for that substance to numb you out and get to that spot again, get to that comfortably numb place again where all your problems can't bother you and nothing exists anymore except you just trying to get through the next day, and you just getting through the next hour or that night. There's just a lot to live for. There's a lot more to this life, and you possess it all within you. We're all unique, and we all have something beautiful to offer the world. But we're so self-consumed sometimes, and we're so consumed in our own wants and needs and desires. If you can just learn to let go of your desires for a couple days and just focus on rebuilding and focus on getting sober time, focus on stacking up minutes and then hours and days, focus on getting yourself out of the woods, as they say. 3 to 5 days, man. You know, of course you're going to have your post-acute withdrawals 3, 5, 10 days after quitting something and getting over alcoholism or pills or something. Even heroin, you know, all these fucking drugs. You've literally sabotaged your body, and your body and nature provide you with everything. The universe provides you with everything you need. But you have to be connected, and you have to focus. And it's very hard sometimes. And honestly, the best part about rehab that you can use and utilize and take with you anywhere is changing your environment. Changing your environment is huge. It's the ultimate reset. You change your environment. You start eating healthier. You start exercising. You stop hanging out with bad influences. You distance yourself from people that are negative and that just want to drink and get fucked up and just party all the time. Distance yourself from people that complain, and distance yourself from people that just want to get fucked up and don't care about growing or developing. People that don't want to be a better person, I mean, they're just gonna stifle your growth, and they're gonna knock away your motivation, and they're gonna take away from your focus, just so they can, you know, get messed up and numb out. And you can't numb out selective feelings. You can't just numb out the bad stuff. When you numb out the bad stuff, you numb the good stuff as well. You can't just drink and think, I'm gonna numb that, or I'm gonna drink to forget about that, or not think about that anymore. No, you use and you numb out drugs and alcohol. If you're using to numb out and forget about things, you're literally just hitting fast forward on your life. You're hitting fast forward on time and your health and your existence and time left on this planet. You're hitting fast forward. And honestly, if you just realize and focus on a few things and start building, changing your habits a little bit every day, each day, building better habits. And, you know, learn to see the red flags. Learn to know when somebody's toxic in your life. Learn to realize and read red flags. Learn to realize signs the universe is sending you. You can rebuild your life. You can rebuild. You can take away the bad habits and replace them with better, healthier habits. But you have to focus, and you have to be dedicated, and you have to want to change. You literally have to look at yourself and go, I don't want to be a fucking drug addict anymore. I don't want to be an immature waste of who I am. I don't want to waste time anymore. I don't want to be like everybody else. We're all unique. Be yourself. Be the best possible version of you. And realize that when you try to numb out the bad stuff, you're going to numb the joy. You're going to numb the flags that the universe is trying to send you, the messages life is sending you. You're going to numb those as well. You're going to numb all the silver linings. You're going to numb all the lessons, all the beautiful, great, wonderful feelings of joy and gratitude and thankfulness. And those moments of clarity, you're going to numb all of that good stuff as well. You can't just numb the bad stuff. You're going to numb it all. And you're hitting fast forward on life. And you're taking away from the growth and the development that life is trying to instill and give you and put in front of you, because you're numbing yourself out and you're dumbing who you are. You're making yourself dumb. You're dumbing yourself down. And you don't deserve that. You owe it to yourself to grow and address these issues so you can have a free, clear, painless life. It's important to experience the entire spectrum of life. It's important to be dirty and unintelligent and uneducated and slow and, nobody wants anything to do with you, feeling unimportant, feeling, unskilled, untalented. It's important to feel that way, because then you can realize that you don't want to live like that, and you can realize that's a possibility to spend the rest of your life like that. And you can take action from then. You can start to address these issues. But when you just numb out and drink your problems away, or shoot your problems away, or take pills and numb yourself out of it, you're just hitting fast forward and you're putting these problems off till the next day. And they're just going to grow. And one fucking day, man, one day you're going to wake up and your nervous system is going to be so fucking crazy and out of whack that you're going to have panic attacks and anxiety like you would not believe. Then, just around the corner from there is health problems. Then you're going to be on medications. Then you're going to go to the doctor once a week. Then your life is going to be doctor appointments and medication. Then you're not going to be able to do the things you used to do. Then you're just going to be sitting at home watching TV and taking your medications. And then just around the corner from there is death. And an early death at that. And you can rebuild, man. All of this is about stopping and realizing the path that you're on. And where are you headed? Where are you headed? Have you given up on life? Turn off the news. Turn off your phone. Get off the internet for a minute. Get some nature and go exercise and fall in love with life again. You can stop and run towards life and run away from death and addiction. You can choose to build towards life and run far away from that early death, addiction, hospitals. And it's just hell from there, man. You're unable to do the things you used to do. You don't find joy in anything anymore, and you become bitter and resentful, and you hate everybody that has a better life than you, and you hate everybody that got clean, and you hate everybody that has what you wanted, but you just kept numbing out and avoiding responsibility. You kept numbing out because you were afraid of being uncomfortable and afraid of the pain and the growth that comes with it. Put yourself through uncomfortable situations. You will grow. Growth and development is outside of your comfort zone. And remember, it's going to make being comfortable so much more comfortable. It's going to make the time off so much better. If you get out there and sweat and push yourself and learn and develop and fail a few times, put yourself out there and grow. and find out what you're good at and offer the world something. Don't just take, give. Give back to the universe. This life is something more than what we know about and what we talk about. There's something else that we don't know, you know? I mean, this is, you can't just assume that you know everything there is to know and that you've gone through it all already. There's so much more to give, and there's so much more to go through and learn. Yeah, I mean, I really hope this helps somebody. You have to believe in yourself, because nobody's going to believe in you for you. Nobody's going to take your life serious except you. Nobody's going to rebuild for you. Nobody's going to turn this around except you. But you have to look at yourself and say, I don't like what I've become. I don't like where this is headed. And you can start to rebuild. It takes time and energy and effort and focus and sacrifices. But you can do it. Remember, depression is the past. Anxiety is the future. Figure out what is driving you and what is holding you back and address it. You deserve a pain-free, confusion-free life, and you deserve to experience the spectrum, the good and the bad and the in-between. That entire process is what it's about, and you're going to find so much growth and development and gratitude and joy when you finally break through your depression and your addiction, and you're just going to be so happy when you finally start that process. So stop putting it off. Break away from your toxic friends and rebuild. You can rebuild and run towards life and away from death. I love you, and I hope this helps somebody. Feel free to reach out. It's like, life's short. You might as well try to experience and give back as much as you can, and try to minimize suffering around you. Minimize suffering in your world. I believe you, and I love you, and this is very important for you to finally decide to rebuild. Rebuild. Your life's been blown into a million pieces. Take each piece by piece by piece. Search high and low for those pieces of you, and polish each piece and make it better than before. You have a chance to rebuild better than ever. I love you. Life is so amazing. If you believe it, and you actually believe in yourself, you can do amazing things.